So I had a guy just sitting behind me, looking like Columbine shooter in his trench coat, just grinning. And it's a different smile. You could tell. I don't know about you, but I could tell when somebody's laughing because they're thinking about something somebody said that was funny, or they're thinking about something that's funny, or they're laughing because they Looney Tunes. This guy was clearly Looney Tunes. Anyway, he sat behind me. I'm not gonna say where I was at, and now I'm gonna say where I was at. I was at the library, and the vibes. I knew he didn't do it because there was no place else to sit. Like, I knew he was horny, and I knew he did it to shoulder surf, and I knew he did it to interfere with me trying to get my post put out. And this is in my ongoing omen about my post. I'll get back to the guy. People show up on me and Kylie and I, our property. Once I move into our mansion, and her mansion, our mansion, they ongoing. They try to they show up when I'm trying to post. They try to interfere the same way how you would with a newspaper. The same way you would with some people don't like what news reporters write. Some people don't like smart people. God is putting a lot on my heart this morning. YDD assaulted me. He didn't like it's progressive for a woman to be a writer. And some men who are sexist don't like that. DD, I downgraded him to DD. The one who assaulted me was very sexist and barbaric. And so it was a time in my life when I didn't love myself. It was a time in my life when I felt like I had it coming. When people used to work me like a man. My abusers used to work me like a man. But now I view the woman's body as a very delicate and precious. It's gonna be people like that out there that don't value the what Tupac said. And since a man can't make one, what gives him the right to tell a woman when and where to create one? So I don't know if he said it because he wanted to be that man, but he wasn't. And I don't know if he lived right or not. Never met him, but I love the way it sounds. And so I can't control what other people do. I control what I do. So I try to keep this type of guy out of my life. If you don't value the female, if you don't value people, if you don't value human life, and you just gonna go around beating up on me and other women, and we're intended to carry children in our bodies, you want to destroy my body and tell me when and where to create one, and you want to destroy my body so I can't transport kids. That's not the kind of. You don't want to be delicate with the female anatomy. I need to, get away from you. But that's the man's body, and my uncle said it is built differently. The man's body is meant to work, even though the dynamic doesn't go that way. You get you a man, you got you a good one. If he ain't working you like a man, you got yourself a good man. If he works you because he needs your help, that's within reason. My uncle said submit. He used to get on to me about he was gentle about dating Tyson. He used to say, it's good that you submit to him, but submit within reason. But he used to catch himself. I know you can't help the situation that you're in. You would abuse woman. And so submit within reason. Submit to your husband within reason. And he used to pray with me and for me. And I know his prayers is what got me out of a life-death situation. So I ain't gonna draw on that long because we got a lot to cover, and I'm trying to keep this video short. So people have been trying to intimidate me with my gifts and my talent, and God is saying to me, I do not promote my kids privately. I just don't do it. Like, he's like, I got all the tools to give you your own home right now. Not a rental. You ain't got to worry about people knocking on your door. You ain't got to worry about a pass key. I got all the keys. Not like the last place she was held up, which one of your last. You had more than one last abuser in less than 9 months. That's how much you've been tossed around like a town tramp or some shit. It's been passed around. I forgot. I keep saying the last abuser, but I done been in several places in the last 6 to 9 months, and like a prison sentence. So I forgot where I was going with that. But intimidation, yes, intimidation. People who try to keep me from. I had a woman as I was coming up the alley trying to put my post up. As soon as I had to flip the awkward. One of the Maury said that. T.R. Tamara said, you got to flip the awkward. When people try to make things awkward, flip the awkward. And I flipped the awkward. As soon as must have been watching me, it looked like it was a trance. Because as I got closer, trying to get down the sidewalk, I have some people do that. They'll springboard me, like wait. Some people, like you on a romance movie, try to wait and bump into you as you're walking through a door inside of a business. Try to wait and bump into you around the corner as they see you coming around. You have to be careful with that because you don't know if it's romance on their mind. You don't know if it's... I always assume the worst, like all the above. It's romance. They want your wallet. They want your purse. They want your pussy. So somebody is waiting on me to come around the corner. Then they spring out. So she waited on me to... I'm going to say unknown. Wrap her up as unknown. She waited for me to get done posting. As soon as my head came up and I started walking up the sidewalk, I seen her barreling down the sidewalk towards me. So I hopped into the snow. And she had a weird look on her face. And my mom told me once, I said... when I used to do shit like that in the South, she's like, that's a good thing. I'm like, why is it a good thing? She said, you beat them at their own game. And she's right. Even though she was insensitive when she said it, because she was mad she didn't think of it. She was right. So I flipped the awkward, and he gave me this weird look like, why are you walking in the snow when it's a whole sidewalk right here? And he had this stupid grin on his face like he was an idiot. Like the guy sitting behind me in the library. You dealing with an idiot, you need to back off, because you don't know who toting. I ain't gonna say what, because this is social media, who may have a weapon on them. And people get bold when they have weapons. So walking in the snow, flip the awkward. And people, this is ongoing. I told you I do this, and me and Kylie's, we both have different jobs, different careers we do to pay our bills and keep the lights on. And my messages have gotten to be so big that it's opening doors for me. This phone that I'm using is it was given to me. I'm trying to be careful how I word things because I don't want the wrong shit fall into enemy hands. I'm waking up right now. I wanted to go back to sleep. So that's how powerful my gift is. It's got me this apartment. It got the lights on. It got... the people were so interested in my voice that they made sure I had a device to stay connected, and they're actually trying to lure me into another device. They sweetened the deal and said they could help me get another phone, but God is saying, he told me, no, don't trust these people. He said it could be legit, and they could really want to give you another phone with a service plan, or it could just be a trap to get in your business. So God said, don't do it. As bad as you want to get internet and some privacy from the public, he said, everybody needs their privacy. It's not worth it. So my podcast is starting to open doors, and I'm not receiving any cash from YouTube yet, because you have to get a certain amount of subscribers. You have to get a certain amount of... I looked it up myself. A certain amount of views, hits. Oh baby, yes, Kylie, that's for you. Yes, and these lips. Oh, that's all for you. Morning breath and all. Smelling like yesterday's old milk. Yes. So, in my omen, people don't break in to our mansion, Kylie and I's mansion. I finally got it right, baby. Your name first, always. And so people break into our mansion as she's trying to do her work from home, as I'm trying to do my work from home, as I'm literally putting the posts up the way how they popping up now, like a Jack in the Box. That's how they popping up now. They pop up in our mansion, and we're like, it's never full on inside, because I'm not gonna say what we do to keep people out. That's none of your business. I don't want you to know what's coming, but that's not a threat. That's I ain't gonna say what that is, because the cops gonna show up. My kids gonna have to turn on me and do their job. But anyway, so we do different things to keep people outside. But the way how around the corner now, somebody pops out, that's how they do it. Our mansion, we'll open up the back door. Somebody will just be standing there in the back door, in the threshold, just standing there right there in the door. And we're like, how did you get on the property? And that's God is telling me, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep having these problems. But keep doing what you're doing because I'm not leading you to stop. And that's how I was at when I was working for the public, doing what I was doing in food. Uh, God used to I never knew until now why he kept telling me to do it. But now he's telling me it was a gift, and it was a gift. And some of the customers used to tell me, like, what you have is a gift. And I used to think that they were just, I said gift, not gift. I mean, I strain myself with American words. When you make the pizza, this is another moment me and Ashley had where we lied because we were scared of Posey. Ashley was like, I prefer your cooking over Posey's. I was like, but it's generic, it's pizza. It all tastes the same. And she was like, no, it doesn't. And like, Jessica, somebody walked up and said, yeah, you buried Posey. We love your pizza, Lisa. And Posey came up and he had this look like, big gruff guy. And I don't want to get into that too much. I have nightmares more than what I already do. And he was like, see, I told you they like my pizza better. And I put my head down like everybody else. Because Posey was a big fat motherfucker. Like, he was very, especially with smaller frame people like me, even though I was tall. I don't know who was taller. He used to love throwing his weight around with small women and children. So I was just like the other kids, even though I was the older of all the kids. I was under 40. Thank God I left Posey before I hit 40. And, so before more common sense kicked in, I remember just putting my head down. Like I was like, I ain't even argue with Ashley. I put my head down just like everybody else. I was thinking in my mind, smart move, girl, smart move. It's one of those many moments where we cowered at Posey because he never. But when it came to somebody like Jeff, I'm not gonna get into that because I don't want to help Tyson in regards to Posey. I'm not gonna help. I used to have different ways to get back at Posey, and I'm not gonna help nobody with him because nobody but Ashley and people like every now and again Jessica help me with him. So if I see those two in person, I'll help him out, tell him how to beat Posey at his own game, flip the awkward. But somebody like Tyson, somebody like Miranda Calhoun, I wouldn't piss on fire to help your ass. I mean, your brother too, I wouldn't help you. Caitlin, even though you and Jessica's sisters, I wouldn't help your ass either. Caitlin Harper. So you heard the words come out of my mouth. This is not a mod. You heard the shit come out of my mouth. You didn't help me with Posey, so shit rots. When any of the people who I named, Jessica Harper, Ashley Lowe, they might be married now. The names might be different. Maybe they changed. The dominoes are so bad they might have to, like me, assume another identity. CTA is so bad I might have to go under another pseudonym. Shit, I got 200 of them already, but if you come to me, baby, you need some help, I can help you get Posey out of your hair. I can help you get that annoying motherfucker out your face without having to commit a crime. This is legal, totally legal. Got some advice I can give you that can get Posey backed up, but I don't want that to fall into the wrong hands. I don't want to help Tyson in regards to him. They wanted to be whatever it is they wanted to be. I don't want to lose my lunch to talk about it. But the people who wanted Posey, who wanted to make me look bad and wanted Posey, they was jealous of the attention Posey was giving me. And they opposed me because Posey manipulated them. I want to praise Alton Rivers. Alton Rivers is not my enemy. Alton is just, we had the wrong place, wrong timing. Maybe we could have went on and been more than friends. Alton is a well put together black guy, but he got with the wrong crowds and he looked pretty bummish now. And Tyson was one of those wrong crowds he got with. But anyway, my whole point, Alton warned me about Posey. I'm not going to get into what he said that changed my life, but thank you, Al. And I'm going to tell you something else. My rash is acting up right now. I'm going to tell you something else. Posey manipulated that shit. He would be in my face, bothering me, and he knew somebody like Marie wanted that attention. It used to drive her nuts, so it caused a conflict. And at work, outside of work, because in Mobile, Posey, I like that name, Posey wasn't able to grab me in Mobile because I had my own place, and I never invited him inside my place alone. But when I moved in with Tyson helped him do what he wanted to do to me. I see him at work, I see the two of them at work, and then Tyson would invite him over into our home, and I didn't have any problems with Posey. I owe Tyson a thank you. Thank you, Tyson. I would have never seen, and I owe Posey a thank you, Posey. I never would have seen the two of them for what they truly are if they never would have done that to me. I would have still been thinking they were stand-up dudes. Cause see, my mama used to always say, "You don't know nobody until you move in with them." So if that's true, then I don't really know Kylie yet until we move in together. But mama never said that in a positive way. She said it in a negative way. What if you move in with somebody and you like? Should I leave the lights on too? Like it was a couple things on the street, It wasn't all bad. Couple things in boot camp, couple things, not a lot, that they did. We were living together. They did. I liked that I had in common with them. Oh shit, you leave that particular light on too. I leave that particular light on too. You see a rodent or an insect in here, that's your reaction. That's my reaction too. So mama had a negative connotation on it because mama just gave up on getting married. So it might be things about Kylie, I feel it, that we have in common that we don't have in common. You can't have, well, you might. It might be possible to have everything in common with a person. Because so far, everything I've read about her online, everything she does, I love about her. The flaws included. So my whole point, match made in heaven. So, and my other point, Tyson and Posey. If they hadn't done what they done to me in Mississippi, like if I hadn't moved in with Tyson and he hadn't brought Posey over after I had to deal with this motherfucker at work being offensive, now he's being offensive in my home, I wouldn't have otherwise done it. I wouldn't have gave him a burn notice and stopped talking to him. Same thing with Tyson. I would have kept thinking Tyson was all right, just needed some therapy, and he was going to change his ways. Like women, we like that. He'll change his ways. Same thing, Posey. Tyson used to say, "I'm going to therapy, baby, for you." He used to lie and say going to therapy when he was abusive and stuff. So in Mobile, I would get offended by Posey at work. We worked together in Mobile too. In the event, offended by Tyson. A little bit of brief stint Tyson worked in Mobile wasn't long, and because I did most of the working in our marriage, and didn't have to deal with him at home because we were living in dorms. We had our own place. It wasn't that he was too sorry. He just didn't want, it was all the above. He didn't want me to know about his lifestyle. Hindsight, I didn't know that when I was in Mobile, but it took a depression on me. I always wondered why we were living like we were married and not in our own place, like our own apartment, our own house. He didn't want me to know he was gay. He didn't want me to know about the lifestyle. So it helped to patch our relationship, not living together. I never thought about that till now. I'm getting hot, gotta come out of the covers. Very pause. So it stretched out the length of our relationship. So we would in Mobile, I didn't know a lot of things. So it ripped the band-aid off. I love saying that. I ain't used that in a while. It ripped the band-aid off when we got to Mississippi, and all these secrets started coming out. Like, what does he really do? And it didn't fully come out because we were living with. When I moved to Mississippi, he said, "You want to move in with me?" I'm like, ah shit, ah shit, and stepping up. Finally, people could stop picking on me about my lame ass relationship. I was thinking, I was okay, where we going? It was not just me; it's my mother. So I'm gonna put her on the phone. He was notorious. I'm gonna put this person on the phone. It was this thing. Abusers do that, and so, you see, I'm trying to be careful with my words because there's some shit going on with the Kardashians and Ray J. They got some legal shit going on, and I had an omen about all this shit, and I'm having an omen about my own life because when I was a nobody, when you're a nobody, nobody want to sue your ass, but when you got money, people want to sue your ass, and I can say this legally, I can get away with this. Ray J is a nobody. And he should be happy that somebody wanted to do a fucking sex tape with his lame ass. He should be happy that somebody wanted to do, and especially somebody who looks like that Family Dynasty. They're not bad looking people. Like, so he complaining. It's like Ray J is not bad looking, but he just, his attitude, he got a poor attitude. I'm gonna say right here. I'm not a fan of him off screen, but I'm a fan of his work. And no one taught me that, but that "Sexy Can I" song, that shit is that's a good song. And shit, it's a lot of One Wish is good. So Kim and Kylie and Dynasty, don't be mad at me. I'm still a fan of his music. Same thing with R. Kelly and Diddy. I'm not a fan of their off-screen behavior, but I'm a fan of their work, and they know it. That's why they act the way they do. He just got a really shit attitude. He's like a black dude that thinks he's white. And that's Ray J. I don't know if I can talk this way in America. I know I can't. I probably can't. And no, I can't. But he complaining about a sex tape. And that's the kind of shit Tyson used to do. Complaining about shit you know you ain't supposed to be. And so it might come back. It will. And so I'm talking about, you gotta be careful. Defamation and slander and all that type of shit. You gotta be careful what you say about people, whether it's true or not. And people who witnessed what you saw can turn on you for money and lie in the courtrooms. And our own man, me and Kylie always got some. Kylie and I always got some kind of lawsuit coming at us because of the money thing. People know we got money, they know we got assets, and there's always some girl or some guy coming at either one of us saying stuff, just saying all kind of shit, trying to get money. And I ain't gonna say how we deal with it, but we handle it. And someone once told me, I won't say who it was, he said that's the price of fame. More than one person said that, when this price of fame, but you can't let that stop you. People gonna be after your money. They always gonna be trying to it happened to me when I was at Domino's. People was always trying to sue me, and women was always trying to accuse me of things, and men and people who I never thought would back me up used to back me up. And I forgot what is this. I didn't mean to even get on this, but God did apparently. I done went from talking about one thing to the other, but it's pastors do that in their sermon a lot of the time in their sermons, and God is really dealing with me right now. He's talking to me, spiritualist. I'm talking to you. So, my condolences to the. I'm not on bad terms with Brandy. His sister. Never met her. I'm a fan of the two of them. Again, on screen, not. I gotta set this free now. Brandy, so I'm such a huge fan. Even now, I grew up listening to Brandy. Went through some emotional legal stuff with one of the Moesha. The girl was jealous of her, Moesha, and you could take one look at the girl and you could just that compared to Brandy, that Brandy had been telling the truth about the story. And then when I saw the girl, had a couple of moments where they caught her off camera, like she didn't know the camera was running, just to be, not judge a book by its cover, just to give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, just because Brandy looked the way she looked and this other girl don't look the part, let me get both sides of the story. So the girl got caught off camera, and I was just like, whoa, she had to put up with that. I said Brandy had to deal with that kind of attitude. I said, so the girl, hey, I'm scared of her shit, just like I'm scared of Posey. I'm scared of the girl. I ain't gonna say who the girl was, but she had problems with this girl on set because the girl was jealous of her. So the Norwood family, I'm such a huge fan. I know their last name, Norwood, and I know they from Mississippi. And so my condolences to the Norwood family, because y'all ain't done nothing to me. Y'all can't control AJ. Oh shit, god damn, just like DJ, all these juniors. I know he's a junior because of first name Willie. Usually you see that name, that's a junior. And I even know his real name, Willie. That's Ray J real name, Willie. I ain't gonna go look it up because I looked it up when I was a kid. Over the years, it stayed with me. Ray J. Anyway, Tyson used to be jealous of him because I used to listen to his music. So I stopped. I gotta make up for lost time and get back into some Ray J music. And so he's a talented young man, but he's very highly offensive. I do not want to meet him. Do not want to meet Ray J. So, but my condolences to the Jenner and Kardashian family having to go through legal disputes, and regardless of who started what. And my condolences to the Norwood family because Brandy and her parents and all them, I ain't never met you. You ain't do nothing to me, and you gotta listen to your stupid ass son whining about his homosexual problems. You gotta listen to all that shit. That's hard on the family. And then he doing this to a woman, and you gotta hear about this shit. The way how you found out. I seen the footage when Ray J and his mom interviewed about the sex tape, and she found out about the sex tape. It was just the creepiest shit I seen in my life. I ain't gonna talk to you about what I seen on those low budget black talk shows. They'll air anything out. They'll talk about anything. And I can remember like they talked about T.I. and his daughter's virginity, and the detail it went in was just like, wow. It's like you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you turn TV on. You didn't mean to watch it. There it is. Boom. Clothespin. Somebody got your eyes clothespin open, and that's what happened with both those situations. I'm listening to T.I. talk about his daughter's vagina, and I'm listening to Ray J and talk to his mom about his sex tape, and I'm like, this is some creepy fuck shit. So, but you probably can find that shit online if you just want to watch some sick shit. And so my condolences to the families having to go through legal disputes and have to go through legal stuff. So, but at least you're going through the proper channels. Mother never taught us to go through the proper channels. I'm finding this shit out as I go along. Legal stuff to America. I'm learning the legal way. And I'm not gonna help my enemies with that. So I don't even remember what the fuck we was talking about. The fans popping up on the property. So they pop up on the property, and so it's dangerous for reporters to do what they do for a living. It's dangerous for me to do what I do for a living because the same people who are against me are fans, and I have people helping me. The posts have gotten to be so powerful that people see me tiring out. I'm getting tired from all the interferences. And the interferences are, and I don't tell people when I'm going to post, but God, it doesn't promote you privately. And I'm protecting all my senses. I'm not going to get into what all those are, but I'm protecting, because not everybody's for me, so I'm protecting all my senses against the people who are against me. And God is, He can bless me with everything I need to do my gifts and talents, publicly and privately. So semi both sides, and semi public, semi private. It's just like a football player, he doesn't always practice on an open field. Sometimes he plays in front of a giant crowd. Sometimes he plays, in front of multiple crowds. Sometimes he's at home practicing with his family. It's the same concept, not a metaphor. So it's the same. Sometimes God will cause you to use your talents like publicly. It's not always the library. I'm in public. People are watching me like gladiator games or some shit. And then sometimes, like right now, I'm in the privacy of my own home. He doesn't promote you privately. So that's the whole thing is in my omen. God is dealing with me and showing me these omens. And Kylie and I's marriage, he's showing me these omens, and he's telling me, even though I post privately at home in our mansion, there are times when he leaves me out to preach the gospel out in public, out where it's not safe. And he shows me ways to do it safely. Like, it's outright dangerous for me to be posting out publicly now. It's outright dangerous for me to do it. Freedom of speech in America, speaking your mind, is dangerous. People don't really understand the dynamic of caring. If you don't, that's a bully. If you don't say what I want you to say, if you don't believe in what I believe in, and a lot of people don't like women to be independent. A lot of people don't like, and they're women themselves sometimes. A lot of people are sexist. They feel like a woman's role is in the kitchen and having babies, and I meet them all the time, and these men are fans, and it scared me the other night. It was a family followed me home, and he looked like he was mad that I worked. So he looked at his wife's pregnant belly, he looked at them other two kids, and he looked over at me like, where's your stomach at? Why ain't you just sitting on your ass doing nothing? Why can't my wife work? My mom told me that beware of that type of man, that type of boy, that type of man child, she never used this that word, but she said, be careful because they mad at you because you work and their wife don't work. They wonder what's the issue, why ain't my wife working? So God is calling me to work. I wanted that life, where all I did was just be everybody's friend, stay home all day, and just keep my mouth shut. But I'm answering his call as a woman, just have babies, cook, and shut up, walk around bare feet pregnant. That was the plan, but God keeps calling me out in the field, and I'm answering the call. When I stand before him one day, I want to be able to answer him confidently. I don't want him to be like, why didn't you do this? And I told you to do that. He's gonna call all of us like Lisa Myers. This is your life. Replace my name with your name. He gonna Adrian Rogers, the late Adrian Rogers said that. People even telling me my voice is stronger than Adrian Rogers. It's no pressure because it's God doing it, not me. I don't ever have stage fright because I'm just a vessel. It's Him doing it. But He gonna put us all in front of the TV on Judgment Day. We're gonna be up there in heaven, and He gonna say blah blah, blank. In that blank, that's your name. Go there. For me, it's gonna be Lisa Myers. This is your life. He gonna show it and be like, it was certain things I told you to do, you didn't do them, or you did them. And I want to be able to hear Him say, well done, you did what I asked of you. And even though you didn't want to do it. So that's what I'm telling you about. Looking at my bumps. I want to be able to stand before Him and say, I did, what you told me. So, or however He gonna do that, He gonna say, He gonna ask, or He just gonna. I want to get into heaven. So yeah, some people, very sexist people. I'm just gonna tell you the kind of people coming at me right now, sexist bullies. Some of them are women, and they don't like a woman. Like I said, they come up. And I'm horny too. The guy that sat behind me, it's not all intimidation. It's not all threatening to beat me up. He was clearly horny, so was I. I'm pretty vocal about it. He's sitting behind me in the library, looking at me like a piece of steak. And it's like, you're not at Rouse's, and I'm not wrapped up on a shelf like a sirloin. Like, control yourself, try to behave a certain way when you're in public. And that unknown sex senior that I seen look impressed, that I know the anatomy quite well. Like it looked really impressed with me. And I'm horny enough. He's horny enough. But again, it's a time and place, and there's children in this library. We all is not about to get charges. Y'all too about to get charges because you dumb as hell. I'm not finna sit up here and be doing what y'all trying to do up in here. And I can't afford to lose my position at this university. And I broke away from the eye contact with them too. Like, y'all some perverts. Y'all need to go outside, step outside, and take care of that. But you barking up the wrong bush, thinking I'm about to try to get some shit going up in a children's library. Just go ahead and call it what it is. This is a fucking children's library. You can't. So they both looking at me like I'm a steak sirloin wrapped up in like, I understand you horny, but damn, I'm horny too, but this ain't going down up in this children's library. It's an invisible law. They really should have just to eliminate any confusion on rules in America. They really should just have a children's library. No invisible rule. This is an invisible rule. Adults and children are allowed to use the libraries here. They really should just have a children's library. Adults are not allowed unless those are their kids, that they're intaking, that they're bringing, and that they have papers to verify that those are their kids. You get lots of problems and lots of confusion on invisible rules like that. You got adults mingling at the same facility as the kids. You don't know who's kids, who's what's what, because you ain't getting no paperwork on these fuckers when they come in. So I ain't got no other place to go get the Wi-Fi other than a couple places outdoors. And God keeps leading me back to these fucked up situations. This is a fucked up situation. I have to use the same facility as a child. It's like it's very uncomfortable. Because you can't blink, you can't fart without it being some sort of problem, because there are kids involved. This is America. So generally speaking, it's some tips I can give you to stay safe in these types of situations. Again, I don't want to help Tyson and a couple of other ones. So this is a see me personally. I can give you some tips and tricks on what to do, how to not get in trouble when you are. It's a forced scenario with kids, and whoever designed this shit this is not working. Kids and adults using the same library. Like, you need your own. Forget section that off. Just make it a kids library. To make it a kids library, make it an adult library separately. That will eliminate a lot of problems. And I can't say what I was thinking just then. I want to tell Kylie something, but I can't tell her because they're gonna ban me. They're gonna. I can tell her they won't know what I'm talking about. She gets on to me about this. in our life, in our marriage, in our life, in our marriage. And she's like, that's for me. Stop hogging it all. And she was like, I seen you smell your upper lip. I seen you smell your finger. And she like, that's for me. Save it for me. Save me some. And then she say, save it for me. I can't say what it is. Y'all won't know what I'm talking about. But I'm trying to see what can I sneak and get away with in America. I'm talking to the animal kingdom right now, and the animal kingdom is what keeps me strong. When I will say this so my enemies can benefit. Animals can help you with depression. Animals can help you with depression. When you're high and you're low, animals are great for advice. So the deer, I'm talking to the deer. He's saying that they won't know what you're talking about. But yeah, when Kylie see me doing that, she gets on to me. She gets mad and she's like, "That's mine." I'm like, why are you you hogging it all? And she see me smell my lip. I'm going, and she like nailed my ass. Like, stop. And it's hard to quit once I start doing it. So I'm not gonna stay on stuck on that. But so it's back to the point. It's hard to get our work done in our mansion, and people are jealous of it, and they try to interfere with our work, and it's happening to me now. It's they're not waiting on the mansion; it's happening now, and I'm falling asleep. So I got hungry sitting there. Did we cover all the topics?